Welcome back, Phasmo fam. This video today is one that has been highly requested in my YouTube comments on my other guides. I've done like a bunch of beginners guides, like maybe like 30 plus by now. Everything a new player needs to know about Phasmophobia and how to play it and survive and not be so confused when the ghost comes out of nowhere and just destroys you. So I have a whole guide series and we're going to add to that today with the Maple Lodge campsite guide. A lot of people have been asking me in my YouTube comments to really go in depth with Maple Lodge campsite and explain how the whole thing works, because the map is different. And I'll explain all that, I'll lay all that out in the video, but the map is different. But in this video, I'm going to cover where all the breaker locations are, where all the cursed objects are, how the fingerprint system works, and what fingerprints can go on as opposed to other maps, because there's different stuff in this map. I'm going to explain all the Easter eggs. I'm going to explain how to use the terrain to evade the ghost and great places to hide. So that's all coming up next. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe, like this video, leave a comment if you think I missed anything, or if you have anything to add. Also, come on over to Twitch and meet our amazing Phasmophobia community. We have players over there ranging from level 1 to really experienced, like level 5,000 plus. And we're all super friendly. If you're new, you know, nothing to be intimidated with. We'll play with you. We'll teach you the game. All good things. So if you're interested in that, make sure you come on over to Twitch, drop that follow. Links for everything are in my bio as well as my Discord. That's where the community hangs out off stream and away from the YouTube videos. We would love to see you in any of those spots. And let's not waste any more time. Here's the video. Here we are, the Maple Lodge campsite. A super unique map in Phasmophobia, and it's different from the other maps in a few ways. And that's what makes it so challenging for new players and even some experienced players. And we're going to talk about some of those reasons before I take you on a tour. In my guides, I like to take you guys on a tour and show you how we're just moving around and playing the game as I explain what I'm doing. Because I feel like that helps you as a viewer get the feel of the map a little bit better. I could just clip the little things I'm going to show you and kind of throw them in there. But it's different when you see me walking to and from it, back and forth on the map. And I think that that gives a new player like a pretty good awareness of how the maps work on Phasmophobia, especially a bigger one like the campsite. It's a medium-sized map. You have small maps, medium maps, which is the campsite, the high school, the prison. Then you have the one large map, which is Asylum, which is gigantic. But yes, what makes Maple Lodge campsite so different is A, it's outside. So we have weather that's affecting the gameplay. And the first thing you're going to notice is the heavy rain, the wind, and the snow. Those things affect the gameplay. The heavy rain is going to affect you because audio, it's harder to hear, it's very loud, so it's going to affect just like the wind will. It's going to affect your ability to find the ghost, because a lot of times on the indoor maps, you're relying on your ears. You're going to hear a door open, you're going to hear something being thrown, you're going to hear something like that. But the rain is so loud it kind of covers up those little audio cues, or makes them at least tougher to hear. And the other reason is open flames. You can't light a lighter in the heavy rain. You can't keep a candle lit in the heavy rain, and you won't be able to activate the campfire in the heavy rain. So that can affect your gameplay, definitely. Now, you can still use the lighter and the candle and all that underneath like a rooftop. Like, that's no problem at all. You can always do that. But out in the actual rain, that could have an effect on you. Now, the heavy wind, much like the rain, it's loud. So it covers up a lot of those audio cues. It makes it harder to find the ghost. And the longer it takes for you to find the ghost in Phasmophobia, the more behind the 8 ball you are in getting that evidence and getting out alive. Because the longer you're in the match, the lower your sanity gets, the more the ghost starts to attack you. Now, the third thing is the snow. The only thing really to note here with the snow is that the temperature readings are going to be a little bit lower, and the freezing temp reading is going to be lower than normal. But still, you're going to see your breath like normal. The next thing that really is going to be a new thing if you're coming from the other maps, what separates this map is evidence collection. A couple things about evidence collection is the fingerprints are going to be on different objects than you've seen before, and I will show you what those objects are and where to find the fingerprints. The other thing is going to be ghost orbs are harder than ever to find because just how the lighting works. The lighting in this map, there's not really a solution for the ghost orb thing. You just kind of have to suck it up and try hard and look carefully. I don't know what to tell you. Make sure all the lights are off in the map. Make sure that your teammates aren't, you know, shining their flashlights all around, and just look carefully. And if you're on this map in the snow looking for ghost orbs, it's a heck of a time. So good luck with that. Now, what I want to do is I want to take you on a tour, and I want to show you the objects that you'll find fingerprints on. I want to show you all the breaker locations, the cursed item locations. I want to show you the Easter eggs, and I want to show you good hiding spots and how to evade the ghost and use some of this map to your advantage. Now, it sounds like we have some wind out here. I'll know in a second if it's heavy wind. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a... Luckily it's not raining, so I'm going to take this candle so that my sanity stays high and that we don't get hunted. So, here we are outside. There's the front gate. Now, Slenderman, one of the Easter eggs. Slenderman sometimes is spawned back here. You'll see him on the outskirts of the map. There's a couple locations where he could be. We're not going to look overly hard for him, but if you look, you may find him, and he will haunt you. So, here we are. Inside the front gate. Now, when you're in here, there's this straight path, alright, and there's this left path over here. I'm going to break it down. Campsite is two sides, okay? There's two sides. There's a left and there's a right. So when you get to this little Y in the road here, left takes you back to the actual campfire, which ultimately leads in a dead end, and right takes you over to the pier and lodge, which you can see right over here. So, you know, choose your side, but I like to divide it up into two sides. I consider these picnic tables and that bathroom on the right side. So what I'm going to do is take you left first. We're going to go left side. I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know. Now, this path here, there's also a shortcut to get back there from the main gate. It wraps around this blue tent here, which we'll take in a second after I show you where the ghost mirror is. The ghost mirror is typically right in this tent. Well, if you have the ghost mirror as a cursed possession, it will be inside this tent. So make no mistake about it. Now, we're going to go along here through this little patch. These little tents are cool. If you see a little tent open, it's a great hiding spot, especially on the lower difficulty levels. It's a great place to hide from the ghost. Get back in here nice and deep, giggity, and you're pretty safe from the ghost. So if you see one, that's normally a better option than a big tent, and I'll explain why in a few minutes. Now, here we are at the campfire. Another cursed object is going to be right by this wine bottle. I believe you'll find the voodoo doll, if that's your cursed possession, right about there. If not, it's somewhere in this campfire area. Somewhere around here, but I'm pretty sure it's right here by this wine bottle. Also, a generator spot. A generator / breaker to turn the lights on the higher difficulties will be located right here. So that's one of 5 locations. Okay. And as far as fingerprints go, since we have a lot of objects around here, let me show you what you can find fingerprints on. You can find fingerprints on these lanterns. These lanterns are either hanging or they're sitting. So you can find them sitting down somewhere. Sometimes in tents on like tables and such. Let's see. Yeah, like you can find a fingerprint on that lantern. As well as the coolers. These coolers here you can find fingerprints. These wooden posts you can find fingerprints. The wooden posts without the light switch, you can find fingerprints on them, or the wooden posts with the light switch, you'll find it on the light switch itself. On the small tents you can find fingerprints. Then on the big tents, on either the windows or the edges of the door, inside or out, you can find fingerprints. And in terms of hiding over here, if you want to get into a big tent, you got to make sure that the door's all the way shut, or else it won't block line of sight. That can be troubling. And then good luck, because I've had a lot of bad luck hiding in these tents, and so have a lot of other people. You have to make sure the ghost doesn't see you go in there, and then a lot of times there's not really something that's going to block the line of sight if you get into a bad situation. A much better spot to hide is on the lower difficulties. It's over here behind this table. Let me get my candle. Boom. Great spot to hide. Get it right here behind the cooler, block line of sight. If it's open. On Professional or Nightmare, you might have to find another way because that may be blocked off. And of course, like I said, the little tents. There's normally 1 or 2 of them open on each map, on each match, each lobby. If you've been paying attention, you might notice that now it's raining before it wasn't. That's because I had to re-record this because I messed something up like a moron. But here we are by the campfire again, and this white tent here is important as a landmark because right here's this light switch, and then boom, right here at this table by the white tent is going to be where your tarot cards spawn in. And then a little further up here is going to be where your second generator on this side spawns. So we got tarot cards, a voodoo doll, and mirror along this path, as long as 2 generators and a few hiding spots, mainly tents and this food tent. This right here is referred to as the game tent on the Ouija board. If you ask the Ouija board where the ghost is and says game tent, it's this tent. So let's go back. I'll take the shortcut way back to the front gate, just to give you guys a feel of how that works. Now, when you're evading a ghost, this little pathway here can help you kind of loop it and break line of sight coming around here. It can be a lifesaver, especially if you can make it to these bathrooms, because that's one of my favorite spots on this map to hide. As long as the ghost doesn't see you go in there, you shouldn't have too much trouble. So we are... Oh my god. There we go. We are going to go investigate these bathrooms. There's another Easter egg in here, by the way. This little heart up here, that's on these little bathrooms. This is going to be a reference to Saul, I believe. Little Easter egg. Now, in the bathroom, you just turn your light off, shut the door, hope the ghost doesn't come in. These bathroom stall doors, you can have a pretty good success rate of flipping them closed if you time it right, or right when the ghost opens. I've had matches where I've had to do that like 10 times in like a hunt, and it's crazy. But another good looping spot's gonna be around this building. You can just loop for days around this building. Well, not for days, but this is probably the best looping spot on the map because it blocks line of sight fully each time you go around. Now, another generator location. Right here at the back of the stalls. So front gate, boom, back corner. Generator can spawn here. And then moving on around the back of the bathroom here is a little closet. And that's where your Ouija board will be, right on this shelf, typically. Okay? Moving on, going back this way. So we're going to take that straight path from the front gate. So here's the front gate. We're going to go straight instead of left. Remember, left campfire, straight goes to the lodge. And the little pier there. Now here's another small tent. This is actually in a really good spot to hide. That's cool. That's nice. Now moving along here, there's some other good hiding spots. There's one right here, right behind the barrels. As long as it's open, like I said, professional and nightmare, a lot of times this is blocked off. Let's turn these lights on so you can see better. I should have been doing that the whole time probably, but I love the darkness. And now coming over here, we are now at the lodge and the pier. So this map's not as big as you would think in your mind at first. Once you actually get to know where you're going, it's kind of compact and easy to get around. So we're coming up here on another Easter egg. By the way, did I mention? I can't remember if I mentioned. There's a generator spot right here, right by the fence. That's generator spot number 4. And then number 5 is going to be on the side of the lodge. Okay. So 5 will be back here. The generator should be back here, actually, because we haven't seen it anywhere else. Yeah, there's the generator. There's our breaker. So if the lights go off, we turn that thing on. So there's all 5 locations for that for you. Now, an Easter egg you guys have probably mostly seen is Jason out here in the water. You just come out here and stand where the bubbles are, and he will appear. Hey, Jason. Another Easter egg is going to be... There's a cool little body under here. Cool, very nice. Very nice body. Dead body. Run. Now, coming up here on the porch. This porch is very valuable, and I'll explain that to you in a minute why. On the way back down, actually. Now, the key for the front door is right here. So if you find the door locked, the key is always right next to the welcome mat. Also, music box. There's our actual music box. It's always on this table here. So if that's your cursed possession, it's always right there. Our last cursed possession would be right here by the stairs. That's where the summoning circle is normally located. But now we're inside the lodge. Okay. Which leads us to another Easter egg. Rumor has it, I haven't confirmed this myself, but rumor has it if you turn this TV on, you will hear the phone ring. And it'll be a non-EMF phone ring. It's supposed to be a throwback to The Ring. Call Out to the Ring movie. Some people have reported it. I've never heard it. So try for yourself with your friends and don't pee yourself. Now, coming upstairs. Up here, on the lower difficulties, you can hide up here behind this. You can make that happen when that's cleared out. I wouldn't recommend hiding in the bathroom. A lot of people die in here. But also, the interesting thing we have to talk about is this balcony. Right out here, a lot of people like to come and hide behind the door, which is valid, but be careful. People have been saying recently that this spot is completely cursed, but what that really means is they're dying because the ghost can see you. If it's out there in front of the lodge, if it's coming towards you this way, it'll see you up here and it'll track you and come kill you. Also, take note that people die commonly when the hunt starts in the lodge. Like, if the hunt starts in the bathroom, they come out here. All of a sudden, the ghost goes outside, and if it's a longer hunt on, I think I'm getting hunted right now, actually. It's a longer hunt on Nightmare or Professional. The ghost can actually go outside, see you, and then come back in. Let's test it for being hunted. Let's flick a light switch. No, we're good. We're good. I was gonna say there's no way. I thought I heard a hunt noise. There's no way we should be getting hunted right now because the candle keeps us at 100%. Keep that in mind. That's why I'm carrying the candle in the first place. All right. So now we're gonna come out here to this porch. This porch is significant because you actually have a special ability over the ghost here, and that is you can jump off. The ghost can only get on and off the porch via the staircase, which means if you get hunted coming this way, so if the ghost spawns in over here and you get hunted coming this way, or if you get hunted from inside the lodge and you're running out, you can get a slight advantage by luring the ghost over here, make sure it's close behind you, and then jumping off here, and then getting a real estate advantage. So you're going to gain some ground on it and hopefully be able to make it to a safe spot over here. So that's worth noting. So yeah, that's another evasion technique. Obviously, you always want to break line of sight, but you have the place to loop here. You have that little porch trick, and then you can kind of make a semi-loop going around that shortcut there. Also, just in the interest of going back, I don't know if let's light this campfire. You can light this campfire with a candle or a lighter. Oh, I'm burning alive! Also, another Easter egg over here is the Blair Witch. The Blair Witch. I'm kind of just doing this from memory, so I think I got all the Easter eggs now. We had Slenderman, we had Jason, we had the Blair Witch, we had the body, and the TV, and the Saw reference in the bathroom. Yeah, we got them all. Alright, so this is essentially your basic beginner's guide for Maple Lodge Campsite, and to show you guys how some of these differences play into the gameplay, because I know a lot of new players are confused when they play this map for the first time. And yeah, my best advice to you, being a level 5,000 player, is just be ultra perceptive. Like, you have to try hard on this map to find the ghost most of the time. It's hard to hear things inside the tents happening and whatnot, so you have to pay ultra close attention. And as you play the map more, you'll know where normal spots for things are, and you'll see if it's moved, and that's kind of a cue as to where the ghost could be. Also, utilizing the thermometer can help. So yeah, just you have to pay attention, take it a little bit serious if you want to do it well, and always know your hiding spots. Just like any other map, know where to hide. If you're on a higher difficulty, know what's blocked off and what's available to you, and have a plan based on where the ghost location is of how to get out. So you never want to corner yourself. By that I mean, like, you never want to be blocked off and not have a place to go. So for example, if the ghost was right here in the main entrance and I was like standing like right here and it hunts from right here, I'm literally blocked in. I can't really go anywhere and make it out reasonably. But if I was like over here, a little bit further back, I could have a getaway to the bathroom. So you want to plan it out that way. That's the mental thought process. So yeah, I think I covered everything. If I missed anything, leave it in the comments. That was a lot for a one-shot tour. Because, you know, the campsite is a lot different than the other maps. And it's a really cool map. It's a beautiful map. And I hope you guys have fun playing it. If this guide helped you, you found it valuable, like I said, make sure you subscribe. Like this video. Leave a comment if it did help you. If you thought it sucked, leave me a dislike, whatever. Also, come on over to Twitch, where I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. We do a lot of this stuff live. We have community days on Saturday where we have a blast playing Phasmophobia. We would love to meet you. And we have brand new players, probably just like yourself, and we have really advanced players. And we all just vibe out and have a good time. And don't judge each other based on level. And yeah, if you want to meet people to play with, make some friends, all that kind of stuff. Don't blow up my candle, how dare you. Yeah, we'd love to meet you. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out my other guides too. If you found this valuable and this is the first time you've seen me, I have a ton of guides on my channel. And I'll see you over there.